welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about some of the practical things about healthy eating. One thing that's difficult is food preparation. If you're wanting to eat healthy, you're not going to be accomplishing that by eating out, and you're not going to be accomplishing that by eating quick foods, prepared foods. One thing that I encourage you to open your mind to is healthy food does not have to be complicated, and it doesn't have to be hugely time consuming. It does take that day to day, or I should say day after day, effort that can get old. But remember that it's part of taking care of ourselves properly, and sometimes there are some emotions rooted in that sabotage that effort to take care of ourselves with proper food. So let's address this today, and join me by tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I really want to eat well, but when I think about planning and cooking food, it's overwhelming. I accept how I feel, and I love myself anyway. Even though in order to eat right, it takes time and effort on my part. And I don't always want to do that. I want it to be fast and easy, and I don't want to put any effort in. But I accept how I feel, and I love myself anyway. Even though food preparation is difficult, it's boring and monotonous a lot of the time, and there are so many things I'd rather be doing. I accept how I feel, and I love myself anyway. Food preparation takes a lot out of me. And I get that in order to eat right, I need to prepare my own food. I just can't get what I need by going out to a restaurant all the time. I can't get what I need by making prepared foods, processed foods, and that lends itself to junk food eating. But I have issues with that. I don't really like cooking. I don't find it satisfying. I find it time consuming. I find it annoying. It's boring. And I don't really want to do it. What I really want is a private chef who will come and cook every little meal for me. But I don't have that. And I rely on myself to make my meals. It's a part of my self-care. And that's difficult too. It's hard to take care of myself with food. I'd rather use it for something fun, for a celebration, a reward. But that's not what food really is. Food is nourishment. Food takes care of me. And in order to eat the proper foods, I need to be responsible and take care of myself. And that's a buzzword when I think about responsibility. When I think about being responsible for my food, it brings a little bit of shame. get a little bit of the deer in the headlight. That means that I have to own the consequences of what I eat. I don't really want to do that. But I choose to approach food without drama. I choose to give up being a victim. I choose to make the decision to be responsible for my food. That means if I'm not being the victim, I can't say, oh, I don't have time. I'm too busy. It's too hard. I don't want to. Because that's all part of being irresponsible. And I know if I dig in and I really start doing this, eating well, I can accomplish great things. I can lose the weight that I want, and I can get healthy. So at this point, I choose to eat healthy. I choose to treat my body right. I choose to take responsibility to make my own food. And it's easy. I don't need to make it hard. It's just easy. And it flows. So I release anything that gets in the way of the flow of making food. I release anything that gets in the way of accepting responsibility for my food. I release anything that gets in the way of reaching my goals. And I release any patterns of victimhood that prevent me from reaching my goals. And take a breath and let it out. Thanks for joining me.